Good morning, Optimus. It is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023, and the market is ripping today. I did take one trade with a very tiny little profit. Should have held it for a little bit longer, but immediately after I got in, it ripped down, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know about this one. It might not come back." And then it did come back pretty much immediately, and ripped on past. And I was like, "Ugh, man." And I lowered my sell order in order to try to get out with a tiny profit. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Should have just gone for a little bit more. What up, Kevin? But nonetheless, still profitable, so that's good. Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. You can see the market is going nuts. We're over 4,500 up here at 4,521. There's a lot of rings in the candles. The only trade I've taken so far is a little tiny one. Like I said, I got in and it immediately went down, dropped quite a bit. And then I was like, oh no, I might not be able to come back on this one. It started pulling up a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, I might be able to get out with a tiny profit. So I reduced my sell order and it just ripped. So made a little $28 on a single tick on this, but obviously it could have made significantly more. We were at 15.75 and just ripped up the main highs. So ripped up like $6 from that spot. Market up $47 today on ES. Oil up pretty crazy. Oil's up to almost $76. Oil's at. So oil's going nuts. Nas also really high up there, up 5,500. Ridiculous. I guess we have good CPI numbers. So we did have CPI data today. Well, nice little rip here. Bouncing up to 75. So I was trading the ES, which is making new highs yet again. Or testing the high, rather. You can see a double top right there. Right there, bing. Double top in the 1 minute on the ES. This was a nice little trend reversal here. We had this pullback here. We saw the TTM kind of fade out. And then this spot that I actually got in was right yellow. I was unaware of that. And had I been a little bit more aware, but it switched to yellow on the next candle. So had I been a little bit more aware of that, profits. Let's see what we got here. Like we had some support and resistance level right here. Which actually ended up playing out on the trade that I took. So that's a good little zone there. Then we had one. Sometimes Trade of Eight just gives you really weird little lags. Like your drawing tools will just stop working. Just go away. Put this resistance line here so that I have enough cross points. So that's at what, 1825. This one's at 1475, and we're coming up making these highs now. I realized I didn't throw my book map on. What up, Tiny? Good morning. You're up way too late. I was too. You see me like rubbing my eyes. I had a hard time pulling myself out of bed today. Like alarms are going off. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I woke up, then I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to get up. I slept in for a little bit longer. They got up at 6. And I was like, I don't want to get up. Kept in that snooze for like an hour. Oh, music seems too loud. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. This ought to fix it. Let's try to get my Thinkorswim up. That ought to fix it for the music. Just waiting for my Thinkorswim to do its installing updates thing. All right, cool. Let's see. Too much wood cutting. Out here chopping wood. Sorry, I'm adjusting something. The window here. Oh. Let's see. Oh. I'll get my screen back up in just a second. Yeah, whatever. All right. Okay, so here's Bookmap. Looks like we got a lot of orders chilling up here at looks like we got a lot of orders chilling up here at 45.24, and we're getting some sell off right now. Another alarm that'll go off. I'll turn it off. And we're pulling all the way back to 45.17 off those highs there. Not a lot of support until we get to about 45.16. So let's take a look back on here. Yeah, there's a lot of sell-off, and likely going to be a lot of sell-off. So we might find support on the 50 moving average like we did in this zone here. And then somewhat in this zone here. These red to yellow moves are working out very nicely, though. As we can see throughout all of these, you had this rip up, this pullback, saw red to yellow, and then a rip, like a massive rip there, bouncing off of that 4,500 zone. Same situation here, red to yellow and a rip, and then the same situation here on that little one that I took. I really wish I took a little bit more of an aggressive stance on this, but I was feeling it out. It's my first trade of the day. But hey, profit's profit. So it did bounce off of 17 at the 50 moving average. Bounced up to 18 though. Okay, we're getting a pump up now. So good 8 tick return. Actually 12 tick return. Oh, nice move. I actually didn't take this really because that pullback with the TTM like wasn't as severe as I honestly had wanted it to be. But there's a lot of severity in terms of the pullback, like because this went from 22 down to 17. I mean, that's a pretty heavy drop there. There's resistance here, as you can see, as evidence on the 4520 there. I think that we might just rip through it, though. Is the music volume better, by the way? A lot of resistance at the top at 4522. Massive volatility, man. I'm almost a little scared to trade. Oil looking just as crazy. Oil is at 75.64. That's such a huge increase over the last few weeks. And I called this back in June, back when it was at $67. It's like, hey, look, this could hit like 75 or even $100 a barrel. I still stand by that. With certain states adding massive taxes on the price of gas, a lot of people are not going to know that they're paying for that tax, those taxes at the pump. Like Washington State, for example, added a 52-cent per gallon tax at the pump, which is actually the highest in the nation. Is beating California, which is pretty amazing to think about. But nonetheless, here we are. I really genuinely think that in regards to gasoline, they will essentially tax it so that gasoline becomes no longer a viable fuel source in terms of price in order to push people towards electric cars. But then at that point, if they own the electric grid, then they'll be able to charge whatever they want for electricity. And so it's kind of a whole thing. Massive dump there on oil. So on the oil side, I thought I was on ES for a second. ES pumping up some. You get a little bit of pullback and resistance at this level that I drew in. Looks like we could pump new highs. There's going to be a lot of resistance here. It might get filled out, though. It's only about 300 or so contracts that needs to get filled there. So we would have to see some pretty large orders come in. But look at 24. You can see it's just a solid red line. Has been this whole time. There is there's like 1,400 contracts chilling here at the top. Actually looks like 1,900 contracts chilling up there at the top. That's a lot. At 24 on that one. I don't want to buy in here since we're at the top. What up, ZZ? ZZ, do you realize that if you get the top comment, that you would be just saying? I don't know. I only took one trade today so far, and I scaled. I scaled wrong. I was like originally going for like 5 ticks here, and then or 4 ticks, and then it like dumped down on me, and I was like, ooh, and then I'm like, maybe I could just get out with a micro profit. It came up, it ripped on through and made new highs. So we're up like 28 bucks. Kind of missing a lot of the moves just because the volatility is like heavy, and so I'm a little hesitant to trade, especially at these highs and at these levels. Scared money don't make money, as they say. A lot of resistance coming in here at 20. The 22, yeah, a lot of contracts showing up there. You can see it's over 1,000. And then up this top here at 22 or 24, there's a lot of contracts showing up. You can some sell off now, down to about 19 area. Looks like a potential downward cross on the 1226. But that's what we had. Oops, I did not mean to move that. That's what we had over here. A lot of sell-off and almost a downward cross on the 26 moving average. So I guess the real question is, when or if do we actually see some downward momentum for a little bit? We've basically just been riding this 50 moving average. You can see is bounced off of it several times. If not the 50, then the 35. It's been pretty much bouncing on it since the CPI data came out at 530. And so will we continue to ride this? I was kind of hoping that we'd see a little bit of TTM breakdown, kind of like this situation that we had right here, but I think those might be over. A lot of contracts there at the high at 22. Here we are at 730. Yeah, going slow today. Just a lot of volatility, so trying to just take a little bit of time. See something that makes sense to me or fits my strategy. Trying to digest this concept that I don't have to trade every day, and I should only trade when it fits my strat. I really should say when it fits my operation, because the strategy is more like when battle plans or a war or something like that is fought and they talk about the strategy of the war. Strategy is really the overarching vision of the entire battle, of the entire war. It's not necessarily on the small scale of things. So like strategy is the high level. It's the overarching vision of how the war is and will be fought. Operations is like how when you would go into like, I don't know, Operation Storm Normandy Beach or something like that, where it's actually several different battles or skirmishes happening at one, I should say battles, not skirmishes, but it's several different battles in missions happening at one time. That is an operation. And then the tactic is how those soldiers or how that situation reacts and is and is actively updating and changing the battle plan as it goes. So that's sort of how it goes. So tactic is like really close up. Operation is sort of zoomed back and focused on a larger vision. And then strategy is like the overarching vision of the entire thing. So so when we call these trading things strategies, it's not really strategies. Um, the way I kind of see it, it's more like when I look at the strategy, I'm like, okay, I just sat down and I'm looking at the market as a whole. And then I'm like, okay, we're definitely in a bullish market today. So I'm going to need to be focusing on like more bullish operations, if you will. And how many different bullish trade styles do I have available in my toolkit? Those would be the things that I actually utilize and deploy that day. And then tactics would be like, how do I react if the market doesn't move exactly the way that I expect it to in this particular moment? So the tactic really has a lot to do with like risk management, profit taking, and the actual trade thing that you're deploying. But we just happen to call them strategies in the niche. So, but them's my thoughts on that. More basing that off of like the way that like the Art of War kind of talks about battle plans and strategies and things like that. This looks like, so we got a red yellow here, some pullback. So I would take this based off the red yellow, but the moving averages have kind of crossed to the downside kind of quite a bit. So we may find some support right here. Like I said, I think we can break up to 22, which is the high of the day currently. And there's a lot of stuff up there, a lot of contracts chilling there. I think if we do pull back, we might pull back to about 18, and potentially bounce off 18. Let's check this on the 10-second chart. So that was a bounce from 19 up to 20, and then some. 10-second chart's getting this style breakout. This is actually the thing right here, this same style of pullback. So when I took that trade earlier, I was entering on like something like this, and then it pulled back like that, and then I was like, ooh, like perhaps I should cut, and then I kind of came back up exactly how it is right now. It's sort of riding these highs there, this high area too much, which doesn't really make me feel that comfortable for trading. I honestly would love a trend reversal, but I don't think we're going to get that today. Today's going to be all trend. And so really, like, I have to focus on learning how to trade in trending markets better. I think that needs to be a focus of mine. He's going to come up and test 22. I think, anyway. So it's actually an ABCD pattern with support off the 200 moving average. Let's see. We'll likely have some resistance again at 22 and 24. Those are the areas to beat. Woo! There was a rip up to nearly 24. Hit 23.75 and then rejected pretty heavily off that. Seems like we have a Sun Tzu. Yeah, actually, yeah, everyone in my family has read Art of War. It's required reading for the Stray household. Fun fact, I have required reading for my little wolf pack. Hmm. Yeah, I do best in trend reversals, ZZ, myself. And I'm trying to like there just hasn't been a lot of trend reversals um since the summer started. It's been more trending. Like it's bearish today, so it's just gonna trend downwards. Or it's bullish today, so it's just gonna trend upwards. Uh ranging is actually what range markets is something I really want to learn how to trade very very methodically in range markets because range days typically are the ones that I lose the most in. Yeah, so and that's just it. Like I want to just like buy at support or buy at resistance, but a lot of the times like it's just like overnight better for me. Oh, there is a I don't know if ZZ, I don't know if you know this, but there is Elite Trader Funding actually has an overnight funding thing. Um, so it's their they call it diamond hands. But you can actually hold positions overnights and weekends. Bam. It's 365 is this regular price. I think with the coupon code, it should bring it down to 273. But sometimes they have sales where it's like 65% off or something like that. This brings it down to like 127. But I think that you mentioned that you had another program that allowed you to hold positions overnight, right? I think you mentioned something like that. All right. So we ripped up, made that high, and then we're pulling back down to about 20. Let's check this on the one. I think we should probably start looking at some of the longer time frames as well. So this red to yellow did work out. And like I said, I didn't want to just buy it blindly off of that, but I guess I should have. Not really. I mean, obviously, I want to know everything about the trade before I actually take it. Just because that's really genuinely what is actually required of us as traders. So 24 is still going to be a hotbed of resistance, and 25 as well. Basically, once you hit 22, it's almost every whole dollar thereafter. I honestly think that I would do better on a day like this, just buying these like support zones up. Looks like we're gonna break 22 here. Let's check the 10-second chart. I might wait for a little cyan switch here, and then buy that up. Chilling here at 21. There's the cyan switch. I'm trying to get in at 21 and a quarter.
Order filled.
was hoping to see that pop immediately. And drop this to like 21.75. Trying to go for a little 2-ticker, but I was hoping to see that pop immediately. I'm trading not necessarily small on contract size, but small on range today. I'm trying to get in and out like immediately for this exact reason. It's starting to feel a little top heavy to me. And I think I just bought into resistance. We just need one more tick up. Or 2 more ticks, really. No, I'm going to try and get out with a single tick. I just want out of this trade. Fill, dude. Just coming up and tapping my sell order, but not filling. Literally keep coming up to my break-even point. Reasonable amount of support here. This actually could pop up to like towards 23. I think 22.50. Honestly, I'm glad we got out, but not a good trade, in my opinion. Up 57 bucks. I'll take the profit, but hey, you know, profit's profit. But I don't think it was a very good trade. I'm looking to take advantage of something more like this. This sort of like trend. This could pop up, and we're getting a cyan on the 1 minute. And it kind of felt like after as much support as it ended up having right here, kind of felt like there was the opportunity for another push towards the top. But and there's a lot less resistance until you get to 23.75, which is the high. But there's still all these contracts to get through, which is 600, 800, 1,000, 1,500, 1,800. So I mean, there's a lot of contracts that are starting to stack up. Like you can see, like this is over 3,000 contracts here at 23.75, and then another 3,000 at 24. So you see how how red that is up there in terms of how many contracts. And look, there's like a 5,000, it's over 5,000 contracts loading up. Like you can see the order book just loading up. Bookmap is dope, dude. Like Bookmap is awesome to be able to see all this stuff. What's up, Kyle Spaghetti? Good to see you. Oh, I see. I see. The overnight session. Yeah, yeah. I feel you on that. I've actually traded the overnight session with pretty good success, actually. Even with the lower volume and I would say volatility, but the ranging, like range trading on the overnight session is significantly easier than during the day. Good to see you, Kyle. Oh, you're the old crypto critter? Good to see you, homie. I'd resort to getting a real job. uh yeah, good to see you too. So there was that little pop that we talked about may happen. And it looks like it's getting rejected at 22 and a quarter. Like I think a lot of these, like a lot of this is going to continue to reject up here. I think that we kind of potentially tapped it. We might get one more, like one potential rip sometime during the day that gets over 25 and then rejects down heavily. But you can see, I mean, there are thousands of contracts up here. Like you see that up at the top. I mean, there's like at 28 or whatever, there's 5,600 contracts and counting. Like there's all these contracts are stacking up here. More and more and more continuing to show up. I really like Bookmap for this particular aspect of things, is that you get really in-depth market data on this isn't sponsored by Bookmap, although it should be. That'd be awesome, right? But look at that hit over 6,000. Chilling up there. I don't even know if I'm using Bookmap right. Like if I'm using it correctly. But learning to use it. They do have some pretty in-depth classes on their YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. But I've been I think it's a really cool program, just the fact that it allows you to see what's going on as much as it does with the order book. Especially because, like, for me, dude, reading level 2 was always a pain because, like, whenever there was level 2 on any of my stuff, it would always be like it's broken down by the exchange. Like, it's on Arca, this many, and then, like, but it's not broken down by price, which was always really annoying to me because I'm like, if it was broken down by price, it'd be a lot easier to actually read this, but it's not. Broken down by both price and exchange, and I was like, is there a way I can just combine this? I don't really care what exchange this is on, but I do care how many people are on the bid and how many are on the ask, or how many orders, I should say. So we'll see if we bounce here at the 50 moving average again, but because it's been doing that all day, but it sort of feels like it's kind of topped out. So that area that we put there, 2125, is pretty strong resistance. We're getting a pretty heavy pullback right now. Getting bought up, or at least shorts are covering. But again, it's day trading, not day analysis. We're up 57 bucks. I've only taken 2 single tick trades. I do feel miffed about this one. It's like, I'm like, man, I intended to hold this for much longer, and the rip down made me be like, all right, I need to reassess. I just ripped up. But trending markets are usually the more challenging one for me to trade. I like trend reversals. Oil popping back up off this pullback here. Found support around 55. Which happens to be right where the 200 moving average is now on oil. The NAS. NAS topped at 15.5. 15.507 to be precise. It almost seems like we're beginning to like range. Bookmap puts the VWAP here at 6:45.16. I think that's different than what I have on my chart, as it normally would be. ES actually looks like it's starting to reverse to the downside. Yeah, that's a $8 difference on what they consider VWAP versus what I have for VWAP. Let's see what's up with the 10-second chart. We got a 10-second crossover to the downside. That's a nice short area right there. Okay, so if I reassess this, I don't think that this is going to end up bearish on the day because we're just up too much. However, we may get some support in this area here and consolidation before pushing back up. I think consolidation is good. It's what we need. I think this 200 moving average is very far away from where we're currently at. Let's take a look at the 5. 5's been on the decline for a while. We may get some pullback to even VWAP, but I think pulling back to like this EMA 35 or to the VWAP and then holding that zone would actually look a lot better than. I hate trading in the highs, man. I really do. It's just not my jam. Because I just never know when it's just going to flip on me. Three minutes on the decline as well on the TTM. I'm thinking like either this area here that we're at right now is going to act as support, and then we'll bounce off of this and break through the highs with all that resistance up there, massive amount of resistance up there, or we'll pull back to around the 50 moving average here at like 1250, 45, 1250. Potentially the 35 is at 45.15, but this looks like on the 3 minute like it's headed towards like a red zone. Switching back to the 1, which is getting a red to yellow. So just a lot of analysis today. Not that many trades. Like I said, it just doesn't really fit my style. And I'm trying to take heed on that. Because a lot of the days that I've traded where it doesn't really fit my style, but I try and fit my style in, it just ends up bad. So try not to do that anymore. Spent a lot of time on reflection, especially this last like 2-3 weeks. So I'm gonna be watching the 10-second chart because if we can get another golden cross up here, 5200 cross, then I think that we'll see some very nice rips. So 10-second chart I think is going to be very useful for this. And let's take an assessment of, it's like 20.5 is going to have a lot of contracts that need to be filled, which is just above the 200 moving average on the 10-second chart. And from that point on, it's also 21 and 22, and then 23 and 25, and then I think 28 was, yeah, this whole range by 30 is nuts. The range by 30 is like thousands of contracts sitting up there. I think I want to see this 200 moving average begin to decline some. It declined a little bit there, but I'm going to switch to 3 ticks as well. Just to try and keep the trades tight. I'd rather scalp in this market. $20.02 and $18.71. We're here at the top of the hour. Be interesting to see what the next 10 to 15 minutes bring. Get zoomed in here. A lot of resistance there at 20, which is where the 200 moving average is on the 10-second. And a lot of contracts chilling at 17. So between 17 and 20. And then also 1650. So 1650 and 17, and then up at 20. 1650 is where the VWAP is on Bookmap side. So whenever we're gonna get a pullback to about 1650, you see those orders either all got absorbed or taken off. I'm pulling back. So this is the area I would expect to bounce. I'm still learning this Bookmap thing, but I actually think it's going to be a really powerful tool in the trade kit. You can get it for free if you use Thinkorswim. It only works for a few things, but you can also they also have a paid version. I'm not currently promoting it. I don't have an affiliate link for it. I'm not sponsored by them. It's just something that I started using, and I like the information that it provides so far. Average contracts looks like 2,600. Doesn't feel like 2,600 though. But you can see the volume is ever so slightly on the decline in terms of the averages. Still a lot of volume in the market though. I think the 10-second chart's going to be our friend on this. So that area at 17 did get bought up and pushed back up towards 1850. So that was actually called out right here and right here on Bookmap. So pretty dope there. A lot of resistance right there at 1850 and big pushback. Not a lot of support here in terms of contracts. There's some blue, so it's like middle of the road. So we'll see if this acts as support, but you can see there's very few contracts here. So not a lot to prop it up. Let's see if buyers step in or if shorts cover. 1975 is a new area, which is right where the 200 moving average is. Again, so there's a lot of resistance to the 200 moving average on the 10-second chart, and it keeps moving down with it. The current orders there is like 1800, and then right above it is 2000, and then above that is 2200. So a lot of orders chilling there. I don't know necessarily the difference between this side and this side. This to me looks like it's the total. This to me looks like it's like the standing orders. You see all this pop up here at 17. Looking more like a trend reversal back towards VWAP. So we mentioned that this could pull back to about 15 or possibly lower to about 12. I'm taking very few trades today just because I don't really see my setup that much. And so I've been taking very, very few. All right, we'll see if this EMA 35 holds here. So that's about 16 and a quarter. It's looking like we might get some sell off for a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna stay this way. Not all day anyway. Gonna find some resistance at 17 now. This is actually below the VWAP on Bookmap side. I don't know what they're utilizing for VWAP, like what their settings are, because their VWAP is in a completely different location than mine. Order book is pretty split right here. Somebody just took a bunch of those orders off there at 16. Or they got filled, one of the two, but... Nice short setup up here. I'm glad we got out of this trade. I do feel a lot of like FOMO for the day. 45.15. Now this was an area that I was interested in and was looking to see if this ended up holding support. Technically, we're below the VWAP on Bookmap side. Like I said, I don't know what they're utilizing for VWAP in terms of settings. But this area right here, you can see we marked it as support as well, 45.15. So we'll see if this area ends up being the zone that it bounces. It's looking like it might. So you see on the 10-second chart, we broke above the 50 moving average, which we did here as well. But this to me looks a little bit stronger. So we may actually end up with some support here and some rippage. Let's see. Resistance at 21. Some resistance at 19. But not that much. Well, not as much as like these up here. A lot of contracts pouring in right now. Might look for an entrance off of 17, but really I want to see this actual crossover. And to play it safe, I probably should just wait for the full cross. But frankly, just this buy up off of 15, that support level, was a pretty decent trade in and of itself. With that channel right there, you can see. CTM is at negative 1.4 on the 1. This 10-second crossover on the 5200 is really going to be sort of the bread and butter of this reversal. It's a long way off. It's like $16.80, like $16.82 versus $18.98. So they're almost $3 apart. Very long distance. Trying to be patient. There's a lot of orders to fill all the way up to 21. So a lot of areas to break through. 1850 is going to be challenging. 20 is definitely going to be very challenging. 21 is going to be very challenging. And you see orders kind of stacking in at 20 there. Okay, 1699, 1887. This is on the push towards the upside. Resistance at 18. We're gonna need to push through 18. Looking for an entry. I don't see one yet. Sort of above this channel area, or we're kind of like right in it. And on the 1 minute side, EMA 35 crossed to the downside. But you can see we've got the 9, 12, and 26 on approach towards each other. The TTM is 0.65 away from a cyan switch, so pretty close. And the 50 and 200 moving average on the 10-second chart are converging. So we're about $1.70 away, now closer. And so if you remember just a few minutes ago, we were almost $3 away. So that is closing in on itself pretty quickly. I think that we're going to get a push up here. Kind of wish I took that spot. Look for an entry at like 1775 for an exit at 1850. I'm gonna take it off. I don't quite like it just yet, but I do think that this is gonna pop up through.
Order filled.
So we're gonna entry off of at 1825 for an exit at 19. I think it's gonna rip up more than 19 though. I think we have room up to 20, but I'm trying to just scalp. That's the strategy I really want to focus on today. The tactic, I should say. There we go. Finally, first decent trade of the day, in my opinion. Up $160.50. I mean, my first trade was a good trade, but I got scared out of the position, so only made a tiny profit. This one was decent. 3 ticker, 3 and 3. And I think that we're going to see a nice little rip here. 9's getting above the 200 moving average. We're on a post for 5200 cross. I think we have movement available up to 20, and then 21, and then 22. So going to be a lot of resistance on all those levels. You can see a lot of buyers jumping in. Let's check this out on the 1 minute side. 1 minute getting a cyan switch. So that looks even a lot more powerful with that. I was going to try and take that pullback. Still on it, that pullback. So this is breaking out of this channel. I think 21 and a quarter is probably going to be one of the heavier lines in the sand. I'm going to try and get an entry off of 19 and a quarter.
Order filled.
Enter long at 19 and a quarter. I'm trying to get out 20.5, so I'm looking for a 5 tick. We've got resistance at 20. I don't know about, well, I don't know. We got a little flag here. We have cyan. We've got 9, 12, 26 crossover. We're getting above a lot of we have a lot of bullish indicators. So long as we don't get contract dump, we should be all right. So I'm looking at that for that push to 20.5. There was a tap at 20, which has a lot of resistance, but I do think it will get bought up. One second left on this. I think that should have ripped on that candle. So 20 turns into, well, already was, but 20 is resistance now. I gotta check this 10 second. Second just got a 5200 cross, but still some pullback. What's the hesitation? TTM at 1.5 on the 1 minute side. 5 seconds left in this 1 minute candle. Opening up a little lower. What's our buy? 1925. Rejected off 20. Guess this should have only gone for like 2 or 3 ticks. But it tapped 20. TTM now at 1.6 on the 1 minute side. Take a look at this 10-second. We did get this cross. An immediate pullback on that. It's not normal. Usually it's an immediate rip followed by a pullback. Sitting down 300 in this, 337, down 180, 150 on the day with this current trade. 22nd chart. Fake me out. Bit of a fake out here for me anyway. But we did see the orders chilling there at 20, so probably should have paid heed to that and got out a little bit earlier. I think I bought into resistance. A little fake out right here.
Order filled.
Took a single contract at 18 and a quarter. And I'm looking for this little cyan switch right here. Oh. So we're in 4 contracts. We're 4 on. Very much bought into the 200 moving average resistance on the 20-second side, on the 20-second chart. Stressful trade. Consolidated that seller at 1950, but it has pulled back pretty heavily. Those are trailing max at 1104. Kind of holding that 17 area. You see it acting as some support there, which is good. A lot of volatility in these moves. I want to see more divergence on the 5200 with the 50 moving to the upside. Looks like this channel is kind of continuing downward. This breakout kind of failed. Shouldn't have gone in so heavy. 2TM at 1.6 on the 1 minute side. Yeah, this isn't looking good. I think I need to cut this guy. Breaking below 17. Pushing back down towards that VWAP area. I'm down way too much in this. So this is where the tactic aspect of things comes in. You can see it's kind of slowly grinding down, but now it's grinding me, like it's grinding a lot more. That was a loss of $700. Completely unacceptable on my part. So, and I filled it at the bottom, of course, as per usual. But 650 down on the day. That puts me at trailing max of 650 as well. So really kind of messed up in that particular trade. That 20 and 80 spots are more resistant than 25 and 75 are in the futures market. That's such a weird thing too. I've heard that before. Kind of like whole dollars has 25 cents as support or resistance. In the futures, it's changed to more of a 20 and 80. Yeah. And this is exactly why, like, trading on trend days is my most challenging days. Out of all the days that I trade, trend days are by far the ones that I lose the most frequently on. So I really got faked out because, well, number one, we got this nice trade here, but I got faked out because of this crossover that ended up failing. It's not a common failure point. So and I'm coming up on when I actually need to shut down and go to the gym. Elite Trader Funding is offering a 50% off flash sale right now. There's a link in the description for that. Coupon code JSBEST should hook you up that 50% off. If it doesn't, reach out to me and I will help you ensure that you get the full 50. I counted those as two different trades. That's why the accuracy is weird. because accuracy should be 75%, but it's a little weird at 60/40. So we crossed below the volume weighted average price on the book map side. Coming down here, this 45.15 area, which acted as support here. I don't know if we'll get the same treatment this time around. We're back near that wedge. Looks like 45.13 has a lot of contracts chilling at it. By the way, I didn't know you were here, Pawn. And we do have a fair amount of people chilling at. I hope everyone remembers to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Try and get in the habit of when you show up, just show up, hit the like button, and then say what up in the comments. ABCD to the downside. Let me take a look at that. Let's zoom out. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So we're kind of right here at the 50 moving average on the 3-minute chart. And 3-minute chart looking red on the TTM. Five minutes also red on the TTM, red 2.2, pulling back to the EMA 35 on the 5-minute side. Pulling all the way back to the 200 moving average there. So we said 45.13 had a lot of contracts chilling at it. There's a bunch of those contracts right there. Shut up here. Continuing to sell off. Is the NAS also selling off? From its high, yeah. And oil? Yep. Now, one trade turned my profitable day into a red day. which is kind of frustrating because it's been kind of the issue that I've been having for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Right on about the astrological pendants. Do you have an Etsy store or something, man? It doesn't have to be Etsy. Obviously, a million marketplaces out there. So we'll see if this 4513 acts as support. I'm skeptical personally. Right on, dude. That's cool. Got the constellations up in there. Order book kind of dying off a little bit. You see a lot of orders chilling at 4512. Some of those are getting bought up. New resistance shows up at 1350. It almost looks like we're headed for the downside. That's a lot of volume showing up. 5,500 on this candle, 5,500 on this candle. And TTM is swelling to the downside. We're below the 200 moving average now, above the VWAP. A lot of patience required for today. Ton of orders chilling at 45.10. There's all those shorts coming in. Look at this. Wow, that is an insane amount of contracts. I'm going to try to short here.
Order filled. Order filled.
We got a quick 100 bucks. 100 bucks back. 100 bucks back. Ooh, should have taken another and a larger trade to the downside. Shorts going nuts. Look at the order book. Wow, that is so many contracts. Holy crap. Bro, this is insane. We're about to hit 20,000 contracts here. Massive contract dump. Look at the order book, man. Wow. Dude, that's nuts. So that was 25,000 contracts just dumped. And you can see the order book is still filling on the short side heavily. Look how much volume. Look how much this is going insane. You can see the accumulation happening up at the top. You can see it forming. We're down at 4,500. You can see that massive accumulation has been forming through a lot of the day. $4,500 is the new hopeful support area, I guess. But in all honesty, like this, I don't know. Insane, dude. Wow, there's so many contracts throughout this whole area. I don't even know where to start in terms of support and resistance. Dude, that was nuts with the order book, man. Look how many orders are just chilling here. All right, so now we can see some of these orders are starting to fill. I wish I had gone for a larger swing on that particular drop. We shorted on the VWAP. We got in at like 45.10, and this went down like $12 more. 45.09 was our entry. And it looks like we're about to get a 50 EMA cross to the downside. That was just nuts. There's so much contracts in this area where we're currently at, and you can see it's just top heavy with shorts right now. Damn, I wish I went short there because I was considering doing it and I hesitated. Because that was a good 20 ticks down as well. So it looks like at 4,500, we've got a ton of contracts chilling. In like it looks like buys chilling there. It could be wrong. I mean, I just know that there are contracts chilling there. It could just be a ton of shorts, but it looks like buyers are starting to step in down at the bottom here at 4,500. But there's a fair amount of resistance. I don't really think that this is necessarily going to turn around. That's not the point. The point is just that there's a lot of contracts chilling at that location. That was nuts. So now it's like, what do? Do you just buy one contract of what you think is the bottom? I think a push back up above the VWAP and then a push from that would be cool. I don't really know that that's going to be the scenario, but kind of seems like that would be the logical thing. It looks like buyers are stacking heavy now. At least by looking at the order book here. That was just nuts. All right, gonna go long here. No fill. That would have been a nice trade. Fortunately, I didn't get filled on it. Resistance at 45.0850.
Order filled.
Got filled at 06. Trying to get out of 675. It's hitting 650. Ugh, you bastard. Just got filled a little high. Like higher than I wanted to. I wanted to get filled at dude, that like popped through my order to my order, but no fill.
Order
all right,
filled.
We got that little $100 back. So between yesterday and today, I'm slightly green. Red on the day though, but we're able to pull back some. 3 minute is a bear flag retracing back up to the 9. Be careful. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate that. So I'm going to share this on the screen here. Juan is pointing out 3 minute retracement to the 9 exponential moving average, which looks to be, which one is your 9? Which color? I'm assuming it is the purple line right there at it's like 45.10. Either way, I'll pull it up. Done for the morning session, no worries. Down for 375 on 2 trades. Was looking at the NQ and got 190 back from what it was down. Nice job. Next 2 minutes, we'll probably see the ES touch the 9 and dump. Let's pull that up. Let's jump to the 3 minute chart. So 3 minute chart is right there. The 9 exponential is at 45.09. So we're currently at 45.07 at the moment, which is right where the volume weighted average price is. And we may even just reject off the VWAP. You can see where there's actually a lot of resistance at 45.0750, which is right where the VWAP is. There's a ton of contracts chilling there. VWAP's at 45.08. 750 is right where this pulled back off of, which is actually a resistance zone that we had put in earlier in the day. Look at all these contracts chilling, man. Ow. Look how many contracts are pouring in now, too. This does look like this is going to pull back. Oops. Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to move the chart. It keeps trying to move my volume chart. Dude, I don't want to select you. Go away. Wow, that was like hard. Damn, I was too busy messing with that. I was going to short that. So down 444.50 on the day from that one trade. That was a very bad trade. Took a win into a L, but we're working on turning that around. I think 4,500 may act as support, but 4,500 was a challenging area for the ES to beat. Frankly, I'm like, dude, the ES at 4,500, y'all are tripping. Just in and of itself. I mean, it wasn't even a year ago. It was under 4,000. Huge amount of contracts right there. And then now this is kind of like free zone here. We may pull back to like, excuse me, like 4,501 area, 4,500 area. Next line in the sand looks like 4,498. There's a fair amount of contracts all the way up. So we have a double bottom now, right on 4,500, 4,501, 4,500 area, double bottom. I think that this is actually going to set up, not yet, but sometime, probably in the next 40 minutes or so. I think this is actually going to set up as this area being support and then break out from there with this 5,200 moving average crossover. So that's actually what I think is going to happen over the next like hour. Insane, dude. Just the amount of contracts is nuts. Order book is about split evenly, with buyers starting to step in a little bit. So I think we may get a little, another little push up here. We've got like this triple bottom here on the 10-second chart. I'm going to join the bid in at 404. I'm going to look to get out at 475 or yeah, in at 4504 is the entry. I'm looking to get out at 475. And pulling back. So that actually, this entry was right below the 50 moving average, which is not the best entry when I look at it now. I don't like that one went red on that second candle. So I actually needed this to push up on this candle now. There we go.
Order filled.
All right, we got that. So down 341 on the day. So we did come back about $300. And this is pulling back some. So that hit 05, and now it's pulling back again. Just taking little jabs at the market, just little scallops. I'm looking for these little crossover trend reversals, micro trend reversal. I'm not going to say a full-on trend reversal because I think that we're still going to be down here at this 4,500 zone for a while, and we may even drop below it, especially with the amount of resistance up top. But if you really kind of zone in on this, you can see there's a lot of contracts chilling down here at 44.98. And there's a big dump. Kind of wish that I shorted that. It was just so fast though. Like when I went and looked, it was like 10 seconds. And it just... So, a lot of contracts chilling at 98. So we'll see if that ends up as support. This is really, really crazy. That bull trap got me. The one just now? No, I was successful on that one. But I did recognize that it was a bull trap, just for the record. And I just bought into it, like leaned into it. Yeah, dude. Well, no, like, so the part that actually got me, ZZ, was before the drop happened. So the part that actually got me was before so I took a short there. I wish I took a bigger short. The part that actually got me was right here as it was sort of pushing up into 45.20 area. I took a nice little trade here and actually got profitable, like reasonably on the day. And then I took another long for this flag that was here. And then I started feeling weary about it. And then it pulled back, started pulling back up. And then I bought another contract. And then that's when it pushed down. And this was like a $700 loss. So I cut that one there. And then I could see that the orders were stacking up toward the downside. And I took a short here. And it took a long here on this little pop before the drop. And we made profit on this one, and this one. So that was where we're at. We managed to put back about $300 in our pocket, but still down 341 on the day. When compared to yesterday we made 471, so it puts us, comparing it to yesterday, up 130. Comparing it on the week, we're still down about $1,500. So that's what was up with that. Dude, I was trying to take that short off the 9 EMA drop too, and it just I kept trying to just move my chart slightly, and it kept trying to bring the volume bar up over and over. I wasn't anywhere near where it was at. Like, it was like how is this grabbing this? It was nowhere near it. Nice job, ZZ. Well, did you make profit on it then? Like, that's my hope. All right, so I think that this is gonna ride around this 4,500 here for probably the next half hour or so, maybe even until about 10:30, and then I think that we'll see a trend reversal back towards the upside. I think the market is so far up today, in that $4,500, breaking that is massive for the market. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and walk away right now, and I might be back for power hour. But I do have to get to the gym. I made my family wait an extra half hour for these additional trades and make it back that $300. I genuinely shouldn't have even taken this one. Should have walked away prior to this because really it was at 8:30 anyway. When did this buy happen? Yeah, it's like 5 minutes before I needed to leave, so I shouldn't have done it anyway. Remember, if you're chilling here and you have not liked the video, you're gonna want to like the video. It's what you want to do. All right, so we're getting a little pop up here above 45. This looks like a little ascending wedge. This could just pop right back down on us. This is obviously rejecting the 50 moving average here as well. I wish I was a little bit earlier on this, but I was watching the wrong chart to be able to take these sort of scalps. So let's see, 9 is above. Okay, so this actually looks like this could push up towards what? Where would this end? Probably at the 35, the EMA 35, so that's 4506. I think is the sort of the maximum of that range. Let's take a look at book map. Not a lot of contracts in this area. Buyers are ever so slightly in control, but not by much. Yeah, I think we have room up to 4505, 4504 on the long side. TTM at 2.6 on 1. We're down to 4500 again, which has acted as pretty strong support. And you can see it's just riding along, doing this sort of bottoming out around 4,500, and then riding up, rejecting the 50 moving average, and then popping up again and doing the same pattern. A lot of contracts chilling right now at 98. Heavy on the short side now. You can see very few buyers, a lot of sellers. This would have been a nice short off of off that little bull trap right there. I feel like I just want to practice that setup over and over and over and over again. Like going short on this, sort of like this ascending wedge right here. I feel like I just want to practice the ascending wedge over and over again. But I should be very clear with my intentions. I should practice that in paper so that I can apply it accurately and profitably in live. I want to be accurate with my intentions and what it is that I say. Contract dump and wait for the 9 to go short. Yeah, you can see it right there. We'll see if 4,500 turns into resistance. A lot of contracts still at 44.98. I'm not sure why 98 is such a like heavily traded zone, but it is. A lot of contracts showing up right here at this spot. Try to go long at 99.75, but I didn't get a fill. Well,
Order
now I got a
filled.
fill. I just pulled back. Trying to get out of 45. 100.5, which is right above the 50 moving average. I don't like the trade though, so I'm gonna try to get out of 4,500. Keeps tapping my sell order.
Order
There it
filled.
goes. Okay. Looks like we are gonna get a little pop here again. I should have kept the full pop on, man. Okay, so you can see we're actually closing in on the crossover. Down 312.50 on the day. So we're closing in on the 5012 or 5200 crossover. So I'm expecting this to kind of pull back some. Checkbook maps. Switching to the 1 minute side for the second. TTM's at 1.8 on the 1 minute. We might get another pullback right here to about 44.98 and potential bounce off that. There's the pullback. There we go. Okay, so we have a lot of contracts chilling in this area here. A lot of them look like they might get bought up. We look like we also have resistance at 45.03. Through the 20-second chart here. So we've had very clean rejections on the 20-second chart, the 50 exponential. Should be paying more attention to the 20-second chart. But you can see right there, massive, like very clear rejection. This one almost hit it. Very clear rejection here. Very clear rejection there. So several instances of it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the stream. I made my family wait long enough to go to the gym, so I'm gonna shut down the stream. I might be back later. This thing wasn't scrolling. It was hard holding through all that. Yeah, no, for real. Love seeing peeps making money. Me too. Just like my guy. Uh, Previous close of 44.8250. Thank you for bringing that up, Tiny. I actually didn't know that was there. So the safer trade was waiting for the break of 4,500 and then pull back. I just noticed I have Atomic Habits on display. Yeah, yes, I do. My aunt got me that book. But dude, read that book. Read that book. Dude, the first chapter, you will be captivated by the first chapter. If you read that book, I actually read the first chapter last night. Funny enough that you mentioned that. Read the first chapter last night, and you will be captivated immediately if you read that book. I promise you, the first 10 pages. Just read the first 10 pages. You'll be hooked. It's false. I'm just catching up on all these comments. Yeah, Kyle, for real, dude. The first 10 pages, man, it will captivate you immediately. I promise. Check it out. It is well worth the read. In fact, I would argue. So I've read a fair amount of books over the last few years. It was probably one of the most engrossing books that I have read in years. Like a lot of times, like I read books that where it feels like I'm reading it because I want the knowledge, not because I'm enjoying it. Um, sometimes it feels like that. Atomic Habits does not feel that way. I was like on the edge of my seat reading it, and it's just not that's not common for me with books. So, anyway, let's check the market one more time. I missed this rip. Like I said, 4505, 4503. That was a massive rip. If I go now, I'm gonna chase it. It'd be like FOMO. So there's actually a 5200 cross. I can't believe I missed that. I guess that's what happens when you start talking about awesome books. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go ahead and shut it down. I gotta get to the gym, and we'll see you guys next Monday. I'll try to be a little bit active in the group this week if I can. My time is very much sort of usurped by many things these days, but I will do what I can to be there as often as I possibly can. Much love and appreciation, y'all. I will see you guys on Monday, and we'll see you guys in the Discord community. Peace out for now, and good luck out there in the markets.